essay bar. Let's do this essay.
Oh, jeez. We're going
Come
to
on,
get
essay.
straight into the Centrelink
Yeah.
thing, are we, with the essays?
essay. It's, as you can tell, people, if you didn't pick that up, we're going straight into a Centrelink debacle and the way they
Centrelink.
are at the moment. It is.
And get me started on Centrelink. You know what? They don't help the people that really fucking need the help.
No, they don't. I tell you what, the system is definitely broken. Um, I would say the child support system's even worse because even though some of the workers have told the policymakers who design the rules around child support, even the workers are saying, "Hey,
It's
this
not
isn't
fair.
well. It's not fair on either parent. It's not fair on the paying parent who's still paying the bottom dollar of what they call if you earn more than $25,000, you're considered fucking loaded. They're still basing that policy from 10 years ago, 15 years ago,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
using that policy compared to what the new policy is, which is, 50,000 to 60,000 is the new minimum wage. Minimum wage is not
Yeah.
$25,000. That is below, even below a
It's
Centrelink
below
income.
livable. You
Like it's
cannot
not, you
live
cannot live
on
on that.
$25,000 anymore.
No, you can't. But Centrelink, and according to child support, you can live off 25,000 or even $28,000. I think it is, and say that's the minimum support wage where you need to also support your kids. Well, you can't even support yourself
I
on that.
mean, that's fair. You do need to support your kids on something if you're going to have them, but
I think if the
it's the
other
words.
parent is working, then you don't need to receive income from the parent that is not working, barely trying to survive.
Yeah.
Also, if you have custody, um, you should also not have to pay because you're
I,
going to pay for money when they're in your care. And some parents do that. They do
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
you pay for the kids for when they're in your care, I'll pay for the kids when they're in my care. And some parents will actually do that.
See, that works out.
Yeah,
But
100% it works out.
other agreements really don't. And I think you're in a very similar situation to me as far as childcare is concerned.
Yes.
But I've got a funny story about it, actually.
Oh,
A
God.
couple of years ago, right, I was living with my sister before I met Tess, and she got a letter from. Actually, no, I'll start it correctly. The first thing she got was a text message from her ex. He was in a complete panic because his childcare arrangement had been reorganized, and it was going to go up. Okay, and he's like, "Fuck, you got to tell him not to." You got to call them and tell them not to raise my child support because I can't afford what they're asking me. Mind you, this guy lives on Centrelink. Okay, he's always lived on Centrelink. He's one of those people and never. Well, I say never had a job. He hasn't had a job in about maybe 15 or 16 years. Okay, his child support payments were $14 a fortnight. Okay, and the amount that he was complaining about, as my sister found out the next day or so when she actually received the letter, his child support payment that he couldn't afford was going up by 14 cents.
Seriously? 14 cents.
Seriously. It was going up to $14.14.
That is crazy.
And he was almost crying over the fact that he couldn't afford the new child support payments, and she needed to call Centrelink and tell them that that he didn't have to pay it and all this other nonsense. And it's like, brother, your child support payment as it is doesn't even cover like 3 loaves of bread. It doesn't cover enough food for your children to survive the fortnight.
Yeah, no,
Let
that's
alone be
crazy.
enough. Let alone be enough to drive you broke.
Yeah, 14 cents. Now, I have an ex who um, tried to claim that I had never paid child support. Now, when that happens, child support will instantly go, right, you need to pay 3 months back pay because that's the maximum they can do is 3 months. Um, and they instantly go, "You're guilty. You need to pay 3 months worth." They then give you the bill, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you need to within 30 days contest it, provide the evidence of as to why you think you shouldn't have to pay whatever the amount is. Now, my ex tried to say I owed over $1,500,
Yeah.
and by the end of it, it took nearly 6 months because I had that much documentation. It took the case manager 6 months to go through it all, through all the receipts. There was even an ambulance bill that they found from donkeys ago that I had
Yep.
paid and said,
Yep.
well, that's counted as child support because you paid the ambulance bill. We can see that it's addressed to the child. You have paid that bill. We're going to include that as you have paid child support,
Yep.
because otherwise she would have been left with the bill. The other thing that went for me was that the kids are covered on private health insurance that I hold. So I hold the private health, and all the kids are on that private health insurance. Um, that's another thing that helped. But I ended up having the whole $1,500 wiped.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think bar probably $200 or $300. There was one year where she got my whole tax return, or most of my tax return, because
Yeah.
she once again claimed that I had paid no money, and that's where I learnt you need to save receipts. Because if you don't save receipts, you get stung like I got stung. So I learnt.
Yeah.
And the following
You
year,
do.
guess what? She tried the
Absolutely
same
have to
thing.
get save receipts.
Yeah, and then the following year she tried the same thing, but this time I had receipts, which meant she got
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
So and we're talking. She tried to claim $6,000 of my money, and I was just like, "Fuck
Yeah.
off! You're not getting it." There was even one year where the child support case manager told me, because you get these case managers when they're assigned to you, you get them for up to 3 years. So, and then you have to go back onto the system, or whenever they've finished with your case, you go back to the system. However, my case was very complex. It was at a point where I couldn't talk with my ex because all she tried to claim for was money, but I was providing receipts. But yeah, she tried to claim $6,000, and I had to sit there for donkeys going through all the payments, the receipts. Some receipts they said, "Yep, we'll accept." Other receipts they said, "Oh, we're not 100% sure." But then you get, if you're in mainstream of
Yeah.
child support, then that's where you get screwed over the most, because you end up with somebody that's either just training, somebody who hates their job, or they hate males in general and say, "You need to pay, you need to pay." I had one.
Which is pretty much everyone who works
Exactly,
at
and I had
CSA.
one manager, or not even a manager. I had one caseworker there who
Yeah.
tried to say, "Oh, you don't have any bills because you've transferred them all into Sarah's name to avoid child support." And I said, "No, they were always in Sarah's name. It was just easier because, yes, they were coming out of my account, but I
Yeah.
was working at the time. So it was just easier to leave it in my account and just transfer the money in there and not have to
Yeah.
call each individual place and say, please change the details, or having to log in, change those details back to Sarah's account." Which
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
end, that's what we did, because, okay, well, if you're going to tarnish and say, "Oh, yep, you got this, this, and this, therefore she's supporting you." Well,
Yeah.
no, those accounts are in Sarah's name. They were just in my account because at the time I was earning the most. I was paying those bills. So therefore, we just left it in my account. But they're actually Sarah's bills. But they see it as she's supporting you because she's transferring you money. They didn't see the fact that that money was then leaving and paying that bill, or paying that loan, or paying whatever it was going to, the electricity, the gas.
Yeah. They don't
the
look
water.
at
They
that,
don't
do
care.
they?
They don't know. They just see the money going in and they go, "Nah,
They
bang,
go,
she's supporting.
that is an income.
That's an income. She's supporting you. Therefore, bang, you need to pay X amount of child support." Well, no. So, number one, you can't
Yeah.
include your partner's wages. But they go, this is the loophole they use. "Oh, we're using household income. We're not using your partner's wages."
You know, the last time I dealt with them on this note, on this topic, right? They tried to claim that money that I was taking out of my savings account and transferring into my regular everyday account, because my savings account is with a different financial institution, they were trying to tell me that that is income.
Income. Yeah, no.
No, 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 no. This money that's coming from this other bank, That's not your
job on
money.
its own.
That's an income. I'm like, fuck you. That's an income. That's
That's
my
just
savings.
savings.
If you actually look through my bank statement, you can see where I have sent
Internal transfer.
that money to that account in the first place.
100%.
Okay, and and they're like,
They
oh
will
no,
do
we don't look at that.
anything. They do anything possible to try and make you pay money because
Hmm.
some of
Hmm.
these workers just believe you need to pay money. Now, I got lucky. I got a caseworker named Sky. She was fucking amazing, and she was trying
Already,
to
just
change
by
the
the
system.
name, I can tell she's fucking cool.
Yeah, she was trying to change the system within. She
Yeah,
believed in
yeah,
a fair and just process.
yep.
She understood that my partner's income was her income,
Hmm.
not that of my income. She
Mm,
could see on the bank transfers where that money was going. It wasn't getting wasted on games or entertainment or
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
It was going to bills.
yeah.
However, that varies from person to person you get. You will get
It's
somebody
they
who's a
have
real cunt person in child support who hate their fucking job but do the job because they love making other people's lives misery. And then you
they
get happy
they
workers
really
that like their
struggle.
job.
They struggle to understand that that $38.68 that you receive from that account is definitely the same $38.68 that you use to pay the electricity bill.
Yep, 100%. I've just found out
And
it's
then they're
raining.
like, "Yeah, it's been raining here all day." And then
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh no, 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 that counts as an income."
yeah,
No,
correct.
and it's not.
$38
It's like,
doesn't sound like a lot. And, oh, yeah, you need to support your kids. You're like, well, that $38 is a lot, and every dollar is accounted for,
and it's like
especially in the
it's
cost of living
not.
these days. Like,
They don't seem to understand that that's not my $38. Or in
yeah,
your case, it's not your $38. That $38 is just using your account as an intermediary before it gets taken by the
correct.
electricity company.
Yeah, that's right. Now, the way it was explained to me as
Mm.
of the laws of 2026, and this is just for WA, if you've got someone that transfers you money regularly,
Mm, mm.
child support will use that against you.
Yeah.
And they will say, well, somebody is supporting you in a financial capacity, and therefore you can pay child support. So, my advice to anyone listening to this right now that is facing that,
Yeah.
get all of that money out of your account. Do not have bill money transferred to you. Um, Put that into your partner's account. Have all the bills come out of your partner's account, especially if you don't have an income. This only works if
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
have an income. If you've got an income, don't even think about this because it won't work. So if you don't have an income, but your partner is transferring you money to pay the bills because it's just easier not to swap it, when it comes to
Yeah. Yeah.
child support will turn around and use this against you and say, well, you're being supported. And they will say household income, even though this is
Yeah.
your partner's income, your partner's pay from her work, they will say, we're not using your partner's pay. We are using household income,
Yeah. Household income.
which is their
That's
loophole they're using to get out the law that was there designed to safeguard you. It
yeah.
was there to say, we are not going to touch your partner's pay. She didn't make these children, blah, blah, blah.
Mm,
But now they'll
mm.
say, household income, you have someone supporting you, you need to pay child support. And you could get lugged with a bill of 200 a month, 300 a month, based depending on your partner's income. And they
Yeah.
can and they will use it against you.
They'll
And you will
try
have to
anyway.
fight. They will fight. You will have to fight tooth and nail. Now, if you are one of these people that only fight for a very brief amount of time and then just give up and go, fuck it, I'm just going to pay it, then straight away you need to do this. You need to get all those bills out of your name, transfer them into the partner that does have the
Yep.
income,
Yep.
because you will get slogged at some point. When things turn sour with your ex and they come after you and go to child support, you will get slogged. They will see you as you're receiving a financial benefit from somewhere, from
Yeah.
someone,
Yeah.
and that'll be it. So my advice to you is transfer that all those bills into your partner's account, get them out of your name. And if you are the one that, oh, well, I need money because I'm the one that does the shopping, then get a second card. Get the pay pass card where you just tap it and it automatically comes out, or get the key card that has a pin. Get a second card. Just ask
That's
your bank
all.
for a second card.
That's what we have.
Yeah, do not get
One
joint
billing account.
accounts.
Yeah, don't get a
Joint
joint account.
joint accounts are now also considered as somebody is supporting you. So that no longer works. It used to be that, oh, it's a joint account, rah rah, so you can't touch it. Well, now they go, oh, well, someone's supporting you, therefore we can
Yeah.
touch it. Now there'll be people out there go, oh, they can't do that. They can't. Well, I'm telling you, they can, and I've been in the situation where they have and they will. Otherwise, I wouldn't be advising you to do this. Now they'll say, oh, well, you're trying to teach people how to fraud the system. The system is not there to benefit you. The system is not there
No,
to
they are
help you.
there to benefit themselves. That's it.
They are there to benefit themselves. Child support will look for a way to destroy you emotionally, financially, physically. They will destroy your relationship with your partner because your partner will get pissed off to the point where it could break your relationship.
Yep.
Especially if they're not her kids, and child support is now using her income to say, well, this is what your household earns, therefore you must pay. The only way around it is to take it to the tribunal and fight your case in the tribunal, but that costs money.
I'd be fighting that tooth and nail, honestly, and
And-
I wouldn't be paying for lawyers or anything. I'd go in there by myself.
It is easy
My
to fight
angry
it by
bastard
yourself.
self.
And it is easier to fight it by yourself because you can claim, well, this is my partner's income. It's not household income.
It's something
It's a
that
paycheck from someone else, but the bills have always just stayed in
the
my
child
name.
support agency here in New South Wales has learnt very much the hard way
Yeah,
that I am a very angry motherfucker.
yeah, and I was the
And it's
same. I
not
got
a
to
good
the
idea
point
to pick a
where-
fight with me.
Yeah, and I was the same with child support. It was to a point where they would no longer talk to me on mainstream. They gave me a case manager because
yeah.
I explained that the mainstream made too many errors to the point they were telling me, oh, yeah, you can spend this refund we're about to get you. But then child support would issue me a debt and say, well, you owe X amount
Yeah.
that we refunded because that was an error. Now, when Centrelink does an error, they wipe the debt and say, sorry, our fault, we fucked up.
Yeah.
You broke something.
Nah.
You spilt something or broke something?
Just drop something. It's all right.
Is it smashed into a million pieces?
Nah, nah.
No. Centrelink
It's
will
just
say we
a
fucked
beer
up.
bottle, and because I've got a few bottle caps inside this bottle,
Okay.
rattle.
Rattle, rattle. Yeah, no, Centrelink will say, we fucked up, and they'll wipe the debt completely. Child
yeah.
support will not wipe the debt. You have to appeal. You
Yeah.
have to put in a reason why they should wipe that debt. And it needs to be one of their reasons. And there's only about 3 or 4 different reasons as to why they should wipe a debt. And it has to do with their administration. Nothing to do with employee error. Employee error is not one of their considerations as to why they should refund money or why they should wipe a debt.
No. One of the things I want to get into this. One of the things that it really annoys me about both Centrelink and child support is that they don't consider overtime.
No.
They don't go, oh well, this is what your wage would be if you only work 38 hours a week, and so this is what your payment's going to be. They go, no. You earned $1,700 this week, so your child support payment is going to go up.
Now, the only way I can suggest to get around that, it works here in WA, I don't know about over there, is do an
This'll be
estimate
good.
for the year.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it can catch you out because they can go, if you filed a tax return the previous year, you can tell child support, well, you can use my tax
But-
return from the previous year.
They
However,
still don't. You can do it here, but they still don't consider what was earned via overtime and what was earned via regular time. So
Correct.
if you do that and you say, oh, I'm going to earn $80,000 this year because that's what I should earn if I was to work 38 hours a week every week
Yep.
at XYZ amount per hour. I think it's $34 something an hour.
yeah,
And then they look at your tax return and they go, no, according to this, you earned $94,000. And I'm like,
correct.
that is because I've been working every motherfucking Saturday.
Correct. So you've got to be very careful when you estimate your earnings. So that's why I say use your previous tax return from the previous year, because
Yep.
they will use that. And once that's locked in, that's what you will pay based on that. So if you earned $200,000, you ain't
Yep.
going to pay any more than what was the estimate. So if you only earned 83, but then you earned 200 or
Yep.
even 130, well, that's not an error. That's just because you've now fallen into a new bracket. What will happen then the following tax time is they will base it off what you earned that year. Now, if you only earned that for 1 year, unfortunately, that's what you get stuck with. Unless,
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point exactly.
Unless
Yep.
you file what's called an adjustment. Now, an adjustment, you can lower it, but if you get it wrong and you earn more, you will be
You end up with a
penalized.
debt again.
And you only end up with the debt unless you call them up straight away and say, hey, my payments are going to be different. This is what I'm actually going to earn for the year because I've just been told this week this will be ongoing for X amount of time. And this is what my new annual is going to be for the year. So you've got to be very careful with estimates.
My ex is going to be in for quite a shock because I used to be in that. I used to be in that bucket, and I was
Yep.
going. You know what I'll do to combat paying more child support is I'm just going to work more overtime, and then so Centrelink would see that, and then they'd go, well, you know what, you've earned more, so we're going to up your child support again.
Yeah.
This year I haven't worked any overtime.
Yeah, so what you would be doing is I would have filed instantly for an adjustment and said, well, my annual is only going to be this because I'm not
Yeah,
working
yeah.
overtime and you'll pay a lower rate. However, if you are off by even $1,000, you will pay a penalty, which is
Yeah.
twice the amount of what.
And that's
what
why I'm
that
not,
thousand
not
is.
doing that, because I tend to get that kind of thing wrong. I'm quite unlucky with that sort of thing. So I'm like, you know what? I'll wait till the end of the financial year and I will let them eat their hat.
That's it. And
After
I've
that.
been caught out in that situation. However, I've always had things recorded on a recording on their
Yeah.
recorded line. I'd
Yeah.
always get a name from the person who told me and their ID employee reference number. So
They
then
are
I can go
trained.
back to tell them and say, hey, but this is what so and so told me on this date. This is why it was changed. They'd go back and listen to the recording and go, oh, okay, you were given the wrong information. They stuffed up. They even done the processing.
Every
correctly.
time
We won't-
you deal with them, always ask them to repeat their name.
Yeah, 100%.
Because when they call you, they'll go, good morning, Mr. Ryan Pratton. This is Jacobson from Child Support Agency, New South Wales. And I'm like, sorry, what was your name again? Can you say it a bit slower?
Yeah.
There, it's
Make
on the
sure it's
record now.
They're very clear.
Yeah.
Very clear. And they always say it so quick so it's not heard so they can't go back
Yeah.
and get caught.
Yeah.
But that's why I say get their employee ID number for the reference, because when it comes down to it and you try to contest it, they can go back and go, okay, well, that employee got it wrong.
And
this is-
100% of the time, get a reference number for the call. This is what I actually do
Yeah,
with them.
reference number.
Because
100%.
so many people, so many times, they someone will call you up pretending to be the child support agency or pretending to be Centrelink when they're actually a scam caller.
Yeah.
So get a reference number for the call. If you ask for a reference number for that call and they hang up immediately, it was a scam call.
Scam call, 100%.
Are you all right? Do you need a bit of a break?
No,
there?
no, I'm all good. I'll be good for at least another 5 or 10 minutes.
All right, no worries then. Yeah.
It's
But
the long
it's-
periods get me sometimes.
I'm
what I've got to
noticing that.
mention before we continue with this Centrelink thing is that as of the 23rd,
Yeah.
I am having massive or major spinal surgery. So you may not hear from us for some time, but I will do my best to record for you people and be online to be able to do the podcast. However, the recovery might be a couple of weeks before, or even a month
Yeah.
before I can get back on. However, there is ways I can do things. I'm going to look into a laptop and try and sort myself out with something to keep us going.
You can even do it from your phone if really
That's-
if you need
yeah,
to. But
at
you know,
worst,
I'm not a slave driver. I'm not going to make you work while you're decrepit.
Decrepit, broken old man with full. Finally, going to have some metal in his body. It's been a dream to always go through a metal detector and
The
say
$6
I've got
million
metal.
man.
Yeah, look, I've got metal in my hip, so I am going to have it.
So if anyone has any illegal firearms they want to smuggle into Australia, you know who
Yep,
to pay for it.
yeah, just get me to walk through the fucking metal detector. Yeah, oh no, it's just my hip.
Sorry, mate. It's just me spine. I have to replace
Yeah.
with a metal rod.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to 7.6 thousand. We got 7,600 members on our Shonky Traffic
Yeah, we
Controllers and
do. We're doing
community.
quite well on the page, aren't
It
we?
is great. I'm still getting notifications every day saying so and so's joined, and I get on there and put out a thank you post. So thank you to those that are joining and watching the page. Yeah, it's definitely helping, and obviously a lot of them are from the eastern states because we can see what areas you are from.
Yep.
And a lot of them also from the USA. So thank you for joining and
Are we
listening.
getting American members, aren't we?
Yeah,
Okay,
we got a
well,
couple in there from America, Australia, East
Good on 'em.
Coast.
Yep.
So there's quite a bit in there.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, back to our topic.
Yeah, no, I was going to say with Centrelink especially, like because Tess isn't working. Tess is on Centrelink at the moment, right? But because I work, or I have worked a fair bit of overtime before, and I still occasionally work overtime, but not enough to come to impact my child support this year. They will knock her payments back because I'm earning more than
More.
more than what they think is enough,
Yeah.
which it fucking well isn't, is it?
Yeah.
So
It is a
Riddle-
fine divide.
riddle me this, like, why are they giving money to dudes who haven't worked in like 15 years, like my sister's ex? There are no questions asked there. He gets to
No.
claim it on disability. He's not actually disabled.
He
He's
is
just stupid.
Stupid.
He gets to sit on his ass and smoke weed all day, and they give him $800 a fortnight. But when it comes to me, I'm out there, I'm working, I'm driving all the time, doing overtime just to cover the bills, and they're like, guess what? You earned too much this fortnight, so you don't get a fucking thing anymore.
That's it. When it comes to me, you've got to be on the ball with that thing. But when it comes to me on that thing, it's like you get so much for disability support, and there's a lot of people there that shouldn't be getting it. I believe I can't remember. I think it's the Muslim culture where they can have multiple wives. And Centrelink will pay each individual person that marriage because the marriage isn't identified as just one marriage because their religion is they can have multiple wives.
Yeah.
Therefore, they can have multiple payments of the same payment. So you could have Sheikh Tommy. Sheikh Tommy could have 6 wives and he will get 6 individual payments for each family of that. As if he was one man, as if I got married, you got married, and we can only claim one wife and say we're in a family, therefore give us the Centrelink family pension. He can claim that single family pension 6 times on those 6 marriages, and he has kids with all of them, so he'll get individually combined. Some of these families are getting up to $25,000 for the fortnight.
Jeez.
Some of them are getting that
Okay.
monthly, if not more, getting it monthly. Some families I've heard are getting up to $35,000 a month
Yeah,
from
but
these marriages.
there are still regular people who are gypping the system as well. It's not
100%.
just Arabic people.
No. And there's a lot out there that shouldn't be on disability and are on disability because they've got people in the right places to approve that, but eventually they're going to get caught out.
Yeah, I know
My
one.
situation is I'm on DSP, but I had to jump hoops.
And they make it so
they now
difficult
identify
they make it so
ADHD
difficult
as
for the honest person
correct.
to get it.
And now they identify ADHD as a mental illness as well. So ADHD has finally hit the board of this is a mental capacity. Whereas before, Centrelink would say, well, every Joe Blogg's getting ADHD, so we're not going to identify it as a mental health illness. But enough
Yeah.
professors and enough psychiatric doctors came out and said, well, it is a mental illness. It's in the mental capacity of attention deficit hyperactive disorder, therefore a mental illness. So therefore, it is now being classed. Now, I was only ever 2 or 3 points off from getting DSP. And you need to, I believe you've got to collect 20 points. This pushed me over by 15 points. So I jumped the scale big time with my back issues, with the ADHD, the anxiety, all that sort of jazz, everything that was going on. Finally, I got DSP. I had a great job, but when I couldn't work anymore because of my back and because of the surgeries, I applied for DSP because one, I couldn't apply for anything else because, being married in that family environment, the Centrelink say, well, your wife earns too much. So
again, why do they bring the partner's income into it? They shouldn't.
Exactly
it really
right.
shouldn't be a thing.
And there is a community group out there trying to fight the system on that sort of thing. My
Do you
situation's
know
a
what
little
it's
different.
called?
I don't, but I know because I've seen it,
Yeah.
and I'll just went, I'm not going to follow that. And now I've regretted it. I should have followed it. But
We're
there
going
is
to follow it. Let's all follow it.
there is a company out there that is there is a group out there that is actively trying to fight the system to say, hey, this should be counted as an individual payment, not.
I think it should be. Every Centrelink payment should be counted as individual. They
Correct.
should not bring household income into this at all.
into it. Correct. And that's the way it should be. But I'm going to leave it with you today, Cranky. My back's starting to give me a little twingy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So do you want to continue or should we go to the sponsors?
I think I'll go on to the sponsors. That's all
Go
right.
into the sponsors. Let's group it in. All right, guys. So for me, I'm going to put out there like I did last week. Here's golden.com. Go check them out. They are an unbreakable thongs. Now you can get 2 pairs for $59. Or you can get 1 pair for $44. Unbreakable, you will not. They use the bread clip design, many different designs, colors that you can pick from, and they are awesome. They're I've only just had them delivered in the last week, and I've used them everywhere I've gone, and so far so good.
I'm a big fan of the thongs.
They are unbreakable. I kid you not. I've tried to pull them, stretch them. I've done everything. It's true what they say. They are unbreakable.
And how much do they cost?
I paid $44 for my set because I only got 1 pair. However, if I ordered 2, $59.
Yeah. Okay. If you order 2 pairs, that's $59. You heard it from the horse's mouth right there.
Oh, also, if you are a size 10 to 11, I suggest you order the size 11 to 12. Because the 10 to 11 is quite, it only just fits my foot, and I was like, oh damn, they're a tiny bit too small. So they do have a size chart. However, I do advise doing the 11 to 12. If you are a size, if you are in that range, go the next size up. So if you're a 9 to 10, I suggest doing a 10 to 11.
So
if you're a size 7, I suggest doing a if you're a size 7 to 8, I suggest doing the 8 to 9.
Well, I'm a size 13 normally, so I'll be
do 14.
ordering a size 14, and then, if I'm ever in the position where I need to pick up chicks again, I'll be like, hey, you know what they say about big feet, right?
Yeah, small cars. Yeah, that's it. So, and if you're going to order 2 pairs, you can also order the one size down from what you are. So if you're normally a 9 to 10, you can order the 9 to 10, but then order the 10 to 11. So you've got 2 different sizes. You're like, okay, yeah, this size is better, and you can always get rid of the other one, and you get your money back, sell them, whatever, and say $44, brand new thongs. Keep the tags on them so people know they're brand new. Yeah. So that's us for the week. We will see you again all next week. And stay tuned. Keep an eye on our Shonky Traffic Controllers and community page.
Definitely go and visit the Shonky Traffic Controllers and community page. We're absolutely fantastic. We allow almost anyone, unless you're quite obviously a fake account, then we get rid of you. But
get rid of you
otherwise,
pretty quick. And we've blocked and deleted a lot of people over the year. It's
just in the last
surprising.
week.
It's surprising how many fake accounts and trolls you get on there. And people say, "Oh, why are you getting rid of the trolls and all that?" It's like why have them on there? Why do you want to be harassed all the time? We could have easily left them on there to troll you guys, but
One,
why?
one, one
What's the point?
particular group of people we will get rid of are the company owners, and you
Yep.
guys might think that you're smart, but you will always out yourselves in some way.
Yep. And we find you and we just remove
Always.
that
Yep.
person. If you're going to use an employee because, oh, hey, they won't let me on there, but hey, you jump on. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll figure out who you are, and you get snitched on by other members as well. So your other colleagues that you think are your friends,
Yeah.
they're not. They snitch on you. They tell us we remove you. So and we permanently remove your account. So
Yeah.
good luck getting back on. And if you see
Instaban.
Insta ban, permanent ban, permanent future account ban, IP ban. So good luck trying to get on the
Yeah.
page because
Yeah,
we'll find out who
exactly.
you are and we'll permanently remove your entire system. And we're glued. We're young enough to understand how the system works. That we will find your account. We just remove you.
But we're old enough to not give a fuck if you get upset by it.
Yeah, we literally don't give a fuck. Get upset, scream, yell, call us what you like. We'll just simply go, yeah, get fucked. Like we don't care.
That's it.
This is our platform. This is what we want. We pride ourselves on members being safe and secure and being able to vent without you fuckheads being on there and making their
Yeah.
lives hell going back to work.
Exactly. Anyway, you go take your break, and I will have a word
Take
about
it easy,
our
guys.
sponsors. No worries. See you next time, Autobot Dad.
See you guys. Take it easy.
That's going to be a rough habit to break.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
it is.
So, well, this episode is about, well, it's coming to its end. Let's take a quick look inside your fridge. Go on. If you've got half a bottle of tomato sauce, maybe one or two carrots, and enough leftovers to create a new life form, it might be time to have a chat with our mates, our really good mates, at On Track Meals. They've done all the hard work for you, proper meals, cooked and packed with flavour, ready in minutes, and perfect for anyone who's flat out at work, on the road, or simply has better things to do than spend an hour cooking every night. It's the sort of food that makes you feel like you've got your life together, even if you've just spent 20 minutes looking for your keys while they're in your hand. I can tell you personally, I don't have my life together in any way, shape, or form, which is exactly what this episode's been about. Jump online, stock up, use the code, all in capitals, in the zone 10, so in the zone 10, for 10% off your order. Go to ontrackmeals.com.au/in the zone if you are lazy like me and don't want to type in a code at the end, at the checkout. On Track Meals, because what's for dinner shouldn't be the hardest question of your day. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, hang on a minute, not with that. We're going to mention a long-time friend of the podcast, which I found out the other day. He's actually been a friend of the podcast for going on 2 years. I didn't even realize we'd been podcasting for 2 years. How time has flown, how much fun we've had, right? Right? It's been fun, hasn't it? Go and check out our friend Stevie Vanderheiden. Go to his website, vanderheidendesign.com. If you want to check out his artwork, he's also a podcaster just like us. And he's on the same platforms that we are, and I believe he's also on Pandora, which, if you're listening to this podcast, you're not on Pandora. But check out Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast with Stevie Vanderheiden and a couple of his friends. He's a lot like us, but he's American, but we won't hold that against him. He's pretty cool. Wonderful artist. Go follow him on Facebook. You'll see him putting up shorts almost every day of some brand new artwork that he's come up with. If you're really into the sort of floating through space theme, that's what he does. He does that, how to say it, looking at his artworks almost feels like you're hallucinating, like this really cool, surreal design how do I don't even know how to explain it. Just go and have a look. Go and look him up. You will not regret it if you are interested in that sort of thing. It's like this. Looking at his artwork gives you this floating feeling, like everything's just free. You're free. Your spirit's free. Your soul is free. It's the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna hit the outro, and everybody keep the green roads green, and have a good weekend. Bye bye.